Hi lads, and welcome back to another episode of my Rangers career mode on FIFA 18, and this is episode 6, and we go straight into training, which involves Anderson, Hardy and Watson and Anderson go up a rating, so that's always good to see. And I just want to say thanks for all the support in the recent videos. Like, it's actually great. I got by 700 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. I cannot thank you enough, and please leave the comments coming, and please keep liking the videos because it really does motivate me to keep going. As you know, as unoriginal as that sounds, it does actually, because it's actually really good to see. But anyway, we're into this game against Partick. I was going to call them Patrick there, but anyway, Alexic on the ball for Rangers, swings it into back post to Dundee. He headers it, and that was actually going in. It was probably poor goalkeeping, but the defender got back and cleared it off the line. And I decided to play Pena instead of Dorns this game because someone told me it was Samuel Chan. He has been commenting a lot. Also, a few of you have been commenting a lot, and I honestly I do appreciate it. But anyway, he said sell some deadwood, which involves the likes of Dorrans, Rossiter, Miller, Hodgson, just the kind of guys that aren't playing and aren't in the first team, and I do kind of agree with them, so I will look to sell quite a few of those players. But anyway, Candace with another great header, and the keeper came out with an amazing save there. It's close range, I don't know how he saved that, but we weren't really creating as many chances in this half as we usually do against teams. Partick obviously got their tactics spot on for this first half. As we go into the half, 0-0, and Partick also in real life have been causing us some problems, but then again, there's not a team in the SPFL that don't cause Rangers problems. Well, then again, it's Rangers causing their own problems. Anyway, on to this game. Tav gets it by his man and he runs with it, gives it in the middle to Candace. He gives it through to Alexic. He's waiting on the run for Morelos. He gives it to Morelos. He has a shot. The keeper makes a good save there, as I think that was probably going into the bottom corner, and then Partick came away with it. And into the 90th minute, and as you can see, that pass from Jack there to Tavernier was just not very good. And that was kind of the story of this game. Our passing wasn't very good, and just our attacking play wasn't as convincing as it is usually. Usually we are creating lots of chances, but today we created maybe 3 from crosses in the first half, and that was it. As you can see in the second half, we were restricted to a long shot with Morelos, and that was it. So not the best performance against Partick, but we go into this game against Hamilton hoping to return to winning ways. As Hamilton on the ball, they give it away, and Wallace now on the left side, he cuts inside, gives it into Ryan Jack. He gives it on to Dorrans. Dorrans gives it away to James Tavernier. He gives it back to Dorrans, back into Ryan Jack. We're just going across the floor, and McLean gets it, gives it up to Morelos. He takes a touch, hits it, and that goes into the back of the net. What a goal it was for Morelos. He scored a similar one to that last episode when he actually cut inside outside the box and finessed it in, and it was pretty similar from that one. So Morelos definitely getting the goals this season, getting good goals, not just tap-ins. I mean, tap-ins would be fine, but scoring goals like this, it's brilliant to score goals like that on a pretty regular basis. But anyway, Hamilton trying to get back, Bingham on the ball, gives it into Crawford. Crawford swings it in to the back post, it gets a touch on it by Jack, and then falls to the Hamilton player, gets blocked by Cardoso, and it falls straight to, I'm not sure what Hamilton player that is, it's McKinnon, and it falls straight to him and he taps it in. It was actually a decent goal, a decent finish from him, but the way it fell to him, I mean, Jack failed to clear it, and then an unlucky deflection off of Cardoso fell straight to the Hamilton player, and there's nothing I can really do about that. Just kind of say there's nothing I can do. I mean, poor clearance from Jack, but then the deflection from Cardoso was unlucky, and we can't really do anything about it. But on the attack again, Candace on the ball, into the box, crosses it in to Osbleed, but he can't win the header. Comes to McLean, he gives it off to Ryan Jack, he hits it, and that goes into the back of the net in a really similar goal to Morelos' goal. And it's just another great goal by Ryan Jack. I don't know where he's pulling these from. He scored just like Morelos in the last episode. He scored a great goal. In fact, he scored 2 great goals, Ryan Jack, and 2 top corner ones. That one, just like Morelos', wasn't as good, but I mean, it's still a really good finish from outside the box, called it by the keeper, and it was to the keeper's left hand side again. But Morelos on the ball again, has the edge of the box, turns and smashes that one right in top bins. And I don't even know where they're actually pulling these from. I'm not really one to score screamers, but that's actually so many screamers in the past 2 episodes. But what a touch it was by Morelos when he got it passed into his feet, straight away from the defender, and smashed it across the keeper, and that's another good goal. But Hamilton straight from kick-off, gonna try and get back in the attack as Donati has it in the midfield, plays it up to Bussen, I don't know how to say that, but he gives it on to Biabe, He then gives it back to Busen. He gets by his man and swings it in, and Bingham headers it, but it is given as offside as they put it into the back of the net, crossbarring in, and that's quite unlucky for Hamilton. But Candace on the attack does that. That's new skill move that I really like. Osbley's on the ball now. Wee fake shot, quite unnecessary. Step overs inside, gives it to Morelos. He gives it into, or he tries to give it into McLean. Comes to Ryan Jack. He gives it to Dorrans. Dorrans gives it to McLean. He gives it to Osbley's, and Osbley's gets tackled in the box, and that will be a half time. And we go into the break 3-1 up in a much better performance in this half than the two halves against Partick, as Tavernier on the ball gives it to Morelos. He gives it back to Tav. Tav takes a touch and swings it into the box low to Osbley's. He has a shot, and what a P-roller that is. That is not as good a goal as the last three, but I'll take it. And the keeper should really be disappointed with that one, as it was good build-up play on the right-hand side with Tav straight from kick-off from the second half. But as you can see, Tav goes into the box, triple tap X it was, low cross, got deflected, but the keeper was so slow getting down there. But Tav now with a corner, gives it short to Osbley's. Osbley's does that skill move again. He swings it into Morelos, and what is he even doing? He was in the 6-yard box, and he just, I guess he couldn't get his feet sorted out, as he just, I don't even know, like, what is that? He goes for, he kind of lunged for it, it's weird. But Dorn's on the ball with a free kick, gives it to Cardoso. He takes a touch, smashes that, and it hits the post. Imagine Cardoso scoring a screamer like Jack's and Morelos's. That would have been something else. But he didn't hit the post, really unlucky. As Crawford gives it up to Bingham. He gets by Bruno Alves and swings it into the box. It's a good clearance by Cardoso, I think that was. But Dorns with a poor touch at the edge of the box. Comes to Donati. He hits it, but it's a good save by West Fodringham. And now Hamilton back in the attack. As Donati has it, he gives it up to Tierney. He gets by Cardoso, hits it, but it hits the post. He gets the rebound, and Tav puts that in as an own goal. It's probably going in anyway, but it was probably poor defending. I mean, it was unlucky in my sense how the original shot bounced straight back to the Hamilton man. I mean, the rebound was probably still going in, but Tav was just making sure of it, I suppose. But 90th minute, and Jack wins the ball, gives it up to Osbley's. Osbley's has got a bit of pace to run onto. He's got Devlin running onto him, but he does that skill move again. I kind of overuse that. Tries to find Miles Bierman, who was playing on the right wing as a sub, but it was a poor ball, and we come out of the game 4-2 victors. It's a good victory, good to get back into winning ways after a draw in the last game, and we're still undefeated in this series, and we're hoping to go as far as we can with this undefeated streak. And we go into this next game against Dundee away. We did beat them in the home fixture 4-0, which was the first of our 4-0 wins, I think, or 4 goals scored in a match. But we had a corner and they tried to dribble out of defence. Dorns got the ball, tried to give it to Osbley's. He gets it eventually and he puts that one wide. It was a great assist, or it would have been an assist from Dorns, as they kept on getting the ball back. But Osbley's couldn't get the finish as Morelos plays it through to Alexic. He has a shot, but it's a good save by the keeper. Good build-up play from them two again. They're really linking up well this career mode this season. Osbley's on the ball, swings it in, and Wallace is there to break the deadlock in the 29th minute. We had 2 or 3 good chances, decent chances, half chances. I mean, Osbley's was a great chance, but from Osbley's, that was a great cross. He made up for it, and they put that on a plate for Wallace to head in for his second goal of the season, I do believe. And both headed goals, both really similar. As you can see, it was a good header, jumped up well and got it. So 45th minute, Wallace gives it into Jack. Jack then turns with it, but he can't do anything with it because that is half time, and we go in 1-0 up. It's a good scoreline against Dundee. I mean, we've kept it tight at the back and we've created a few chances. We just need to make sure we take them. But Dundee on the ball, gives it over to Vincent. Vincent goes into the box. He cuts it back to Leitch Smith, and he puts that into the back of the net. And that's why we need to take our chances, because Dundee straight from kick-off, in fact I had kick-off and we lost it, and they punted it up and cut it back and they've scored. So we didn't concede at home to Dundee, but we've conceded and they've got the equaliser. So we need to not take these games for granted, because they could come up and score at any point, as we've actually been lucky with a few games, like against Hibs. And I'm sure there was another few games where we were maybe 2-0 up, we conceded 1 goal, and then they had all the momentum for the next 3 or 4 attacks, and they probably should have scored then. So we need to make sure that we're defending well at all times, but they should have got a free kick there, as the advantage was playing as Dundee lost the ball, so they should have got a free kick. But Wallace running forward, plays it through to Alexic. He goes into the box and hits that. Keeper gets a hand to it, but he can't stop it from going into the back of the net. And that is a controversial goal, because Dundee probably should have got a free kick, as earlier in the play I fouled them. Ryan Jack fouled the player and the ref played advantage, and then they lost the ball, and it was only for like 2 seconds. But it was a good finish, good play by Wallace, and good finish by Alexic, and 2-1 up. We need to keep this tight now, because Dundee were looking quite promising on the attack, but Holt gives it up to Haber, I think that's how you say it. He's being pressured by Bruno Alves. Bruno Alves wins the ball, gives it to Tav. Tav gives it up the wing to Candeas. He gives it in the middle to Alexic. Alexic gives it up to Morelos. The link up play, he plays it over to Osblees. Osblees takes a great touch, goes into the box and smashes that one into the top corner and gives us a 2-goal cushion, and it's a good goal from Osblees. Good, he's got an assist and a goal this game, as well as along with Wallace, who from left back, that's a good thing to do in a match, a goal and an assist. But as you can see, Rangers players celebrating like that, because the game wasn't cemented that we were going to win. It wasn't a win in cement. I don't know how you'd say that phrase, but anyway, McLean is going to come on for Alexic. The suggested sub suggested that, as it's used for. McLean now on the ball. His first touches of the game is he turns his man, gives it into Candace. He then waits for Morelos to get onside, and Morelos gets played through and puts that one into the back of the net. Another goal for the SPFL's top goal scorer. I think he'll be on 9 or 10, 8, 9 or 10, something like that. I'll have a look in the next episode, and I might actually show you a squad report of the next episode, but we'll all be doing some transfers. But anyway, on to this goal, and Morelos, great goal, great pass by Candace, and Osblees now on the ball. We got it given to him by McLean. He has a shot, and that was going in right in top corner, maybe even crossbar in, which would have looked really nice. But Dundee on the ball, it's Leitchmith on the ball, I think that's how you pronounce it, but he gives it over to Kerr. Kerr then gives it up to Meekins. Josh Meekins, the centre back, goes through one-on-one, has a shot, hits the post in Tavernier. What are you doing? What is that? I don't even know, but that's his second own goal of the episode, and I have no idea what he's doing. Like, the ball came to him and I pressed X, right? I pressed X and he slide tackled. Like, why is that not locking onto him? The game should know that he's got the ball at his feet. But anyway, Ryan Hardy on the ball, and I brought him on as a sub, but he didn't really do much as he gets tackled. But that is 90th minute, and that's full time, and we come out 4-2 victors of this game. 4 goals scored again against Dundee, but this time 2 conceded. Not the biggest scare. I mean, they came back to 1 each, but we scored two quick goals in succession. So I've made a shortlist of the guys you suggested. So I've got Dragowski, Fruchtel, Farinese, Lafont, nearly goalkeepers. Right back Aird, centre backs Awaziem, Alderete, Akanji, Diakabe, Sar, Diop, Delit, Bastoni. Left backs are Henry, Conan, Sarachi, Shorji, Itter, and CDMs Tuzert, Askakabar, Kubas. Right mids Gonsalves, Lazaro, Spittle, Jamie Walker, Edward. Centre mids Odier, Lee Jae Sung, Ayub, McGinn, Cosans. Left mids Kennedy, Boa, McLeod, Roy McKenzie, Pereira, Diaz, Abuka Chakaba, don't even say that, Till, and right wings Del Sole, Malcolm. Strikers Altidore are McBurney, Humphreys, Molt, Dolberg, Juicy, Mayoral, Nano. Left wings Ben Woodburn, Orgy, and Pereira. I don't want to say Orgy's name the way the thing is. Anyway, those players in the shortlist, if you guys could please leave a comment of maybe a player in each of those positions, so like centre back Awaziem, something like that, and striker Humphreys, something like that. And obviously there's so many players to choose from, so I want you guys to choose for me. And as you can see, Scotland international management offer. A lot of you guys were saying pick international management offer only if it's Scotland, so should I do that? I think I should. I think you guys would want me to. So please leave the player suggestions from the shortlist that I made, because that would be really appreciated, and also the Scotland management offer. Also follow me on Twitter, because if I do get enough active followers for this career mode, I will do polls, so it'll make stuff easier. So like, should I do Scotland national management offer, yes or no, and you guys can vote. I'll see what the winner is, and then that will be my decision made. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.